I know that we're heading into market season right now. And because we're heading into market season, you know, this is stuff that is like very important for you guys to know. Hi everyone, I'm Natalie Henry Charles and welcome back to the channel. So you're gonna hear some background noise because I'm in my living room. It's literally, like, let me show you the time. It's 11:54, right? And I just got back from my market a few hours ago. So this is the first market that I have done in 3 years. Pre-pandemic, you know, we were cranking them out. Now post-pandemic, well, not post-pandemic because it's still happening, but like basically I haven't really done anything in person at all. So I'm in my living room, I'm about to go to sleep, but I was like, I have to get this information out for tomorrow's video. So I definitely wanted you guys to like see everything from today. And I know that we're heading into market season right now. And because we're heading into market season, you know, this is stuff that is like very important for you guys to know. So I'm in my living room because of that, because I'm literally about to like half dead. And my kids' room is like right there and they have a sound machine. So if you hear background noise on this video, I apologize. But we had to do what we had to do to get this content out tonight. And yes, I have my Christmas tree up already. It's been up since the first, well, since before the first. The day before Halloween, I actually set up my tree. So don't judge me, okay? We love Christmas over here. You can ask my sister, she's obsessed. So without further ado, let's get started. So today's market was extremely successful. I'm very happy. I made a little bit over $700. And I'm like, I still can't believe that I did that. And I am gonna show you before it hits midnight. So you see that it's 11:56. I am gonna show you before it hits midnight so that we can like refresh it and everything. So you know that this is live. And then I did make a sale also on, they paid with, what is it called? They paid with Venmo. So I did make a little bit over that number that you saw. But I know a lot of you guys are going into the holiday season. So I wanted to make this video because we're right at the first week of November. And from this point going to the end of the year, it's pretty much fourth quarter madness. And this is the quarter that you're gonna make money. So I wanted to kind of give you guys an idea as to like how to go to a market and have a successful day. So I have changed up my market perspective. Before I was like, okay, if I'm gonna go to market, whatever I make, as long as I make back my booth fee, I'm fine. But that is really the wrong perspective, unfortunately. That's a really bad perspective because, you know, it's not just the time that you're there. It's the time spent preparing for the market, all of the materials that you need, like a tent, a table, backdrops, whatever may be the case. And all of these things add up. If you want to make a living, you know, you have to make more than your costs. So, I've definitely changed my perspective since 2019. 2019, I would just go out and just do whatever. Since then, we have diversified the line a lot. So I think that helped a ton. I think that helped with sales a lot because people had a variety. They weren't only buying greeting cards, they were able to buy stickers, journals, prints, keychains. We had a bunch of different things out there. And next time I actually want to put some of our apparel out because I think that will really do well. So the things that I did to have a successful market are as follows. The first thing that I did was I promoted it to my own email list and social media. I think it's very important to also do promotion yourself. Even if you have a small audience, even if you have a curated audience, it's important to let them know you're going to be at a certain location. I had several people from my email list and my social media following come out and support. So I think that was a really good idea. Previously, I have never done that. And the difference is now you have a warm market. If they've made the effort to come out, they're most likely going to buy. So inform your audience and let them know where you're going to be. The next thing that I did was I made sure that my booth was very eye-catching. So I'm going to insert a clip maybe here, but I made sure that my booth was extremely eye-catching. So previously, I didn't have any type of backdrop. I didn't have any type of, I had different colored tablecloths. One was black, one was pink. You know, I had just different colors everywhere. And I realized, I was like, okay, this is not going to work. I have to find a way to make all of these things coordinate. So I invested in a second pink cover for my tables. I always buy the spandex tablecloths because they don't wrinkle. And the way my life is set up, when I do my setup, literally like tablecloths get shoved wherever there's a free spot. I made sure that my booth was extremely eye-catching in the sense of there was a lot of pops of color, everything coordinated, and then I had a huge backdrop printed. I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna insert a clip where you guys can see. The quality is amazing. I'm so impressed with them. I got it from a shop. I'll link it down below. I found them on Etsy, and it's phenomenal because the fabric is almost like the tent fabric. I thought it was going to be that weird kind of plastic that dents very easily, but it's actually like a woven fabric, and it looks amazing once you put it up. I think that helped draw people into my booth. I also, from the same company, got an outside banner for the front of my tent that just says a basic generic what I'm selling inside, stationery and gifts, and then I had my handle underneath it. So that way I was able to bring in a warm audience. People weren't just walking into my tent for no reason. They knew that they were going to find either stationery items or gift type items in my tent. And I actually got, the funny thing is I got several people who were like, I got one girl that was like, I'm heading to the baby shower right now. So I procrastinated and I need a card right now. And then I had a mom and her son, they were heading to a birthday party, a child's birthday party. So they bought cards, and then, you know, she saw stickers and stuff, so I was able to upsell her. But the reason why they came in because they were going to an event right after they were at the marketplace. So I just found that very interesting that, you know, I had this banner up front, and it really did help me convert. The third thing that I would say that helped me be successful at today's market was being kind and courteous. I saw a lot of vendors that were not necessarily interacting with their customers. And I think the most important thing when you're doing a local show is that you have to really engage your customers. Ask them questions, ask them if they're shopping for anything in particular. I have my own little spiel. I'll go ahead and say it, but like, find your own vibe. Just, you know, we can't all go walk around saying the same thing, right? But basically when somebody walks in, I'll say, hi, how are you? Are you looking for anything in particular, or are you just perusing? Or are you just browsing? And then that'll give them the opportunity to tell me, okay, I'm just here. Either I'm here on an impulse, or I'm here because I didn't get something for a specific event and I need one, right? So that'll kind of tell me the level of urgency. With the baby shower one, I was like, okay, boom. So we have these cards, we have this, we have that. And of course I was able to close the sale because it was something that she needed. But most of the people that walked in today, they said that they were just browsing. So I took that opportunity to tell them about my line. So I always tell them, I'm like, okay, you're just browsing. Well, let me know if you need any help. Just so you know, all of what you see here is something that I have drawn myself. We don't use any fonts or stock graphics. I do all of the illustrations myself, and that is my handwriting that you see on the cards. So every time you make a purchase, you're getting a little piece of artwork directly from me. And when they hear that, they're like, oh my God, wow, that's amazing. And they're like looking around, they're like, you drew this. So that's very impressive to them. I'm giving them, you know, a benefit, right? And so once they see that, then they might inquire about like cost or price. I do have price lists out. People don't read. So I go into my little spiel about, you know, price lists and stuff like that. People were looking at stickers. I would be like, okay, I see you looking at stickers. Like, as you can see, I have them on my water bottle. So I had a sample tumbler with my stickers stuck on it. And I was able to give them that as a direct example of what my stickers look like on a tumbler. It's a tumbler that I use every day in my business, but they were able to see it firsthand. And I went into all of the benefits of our stickers. They last 3 to 5 years. They are waterproof. They stay vibrant. I put them in the dishwasher and they last. These are all things that are very impressive to people. And because of that, I was able to close so many sticker sales today. Like, I'm in love with stickers right now because they converted so well in person. They convert well wholesale, but like in person, almost every single order had at least one sticker. And some orders, people only bought one sticker. So it was a really good day. But the stickers seem to be a very easy upsell also. Another thing that I did today to be successful was I was flexible. In previous years, I would stress out and freak out, and things had to be a very specific way. We forgot some stands, we still put the product out. I had 4 journals with me, and I forgot my risers, and I was so upset I almost didn't put them out. I sold 2 of the 4 risers, and my journals retail for $18. So that would have been $36 that I would have missed out on if I didn't put them out. So be flexible. Things aren't always going to go to plan. I also had somebody that was $1 short. I would rather make the sale than, you know, hem somebody up for $1. That was my goodwill gesture for the day. I let them have the product, even though they didn't have that $1. And that was that. We made enough money today, and I really don't miss that one single dollar. So just be very flexible, keep an open mindset and an open mentality as to all of the different things that you're doing. And, you know, whether it's your booth design, your expectations for what, you know, people are going to pay, your expectations for, you know, even the crowd, right? You want to be welcoming, inviting, and you want to make sure that you are just in an open mindset, right? Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I am crashing right now. I'm so tired. I've been up since really early this morning, and the market started. It started at 12, but I had to be there at 10. So it's been a long day. So I'm going to speed through the next couple things that I did to be successful today. So the next thing that I did to be successful today was I kept everything branded. And I know that sounds so silly, but making sure that your branding is tight is very important. I remember a couple of weeks ago, I was looking to purchase some bags. City of Orlando, you're not allowed to have single-use plastics. So I wanted something that was paper. I wanted something that was gonna make an impact. And I bought these really beautiful, I'm gonna put a little screenshot right here, these really beautiful holographic bags. So every time that I bagged up, and you know, some people only bought stickers, so it was bigger than, you know, the bag was bigger than the sticker. But every time I pulled out these beautiful bags, people were like, wow, oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. And again, they were holographic, actual gift bags, right? And I had somebody come in and they're like, oh, this is where they're getting the holographic bags from. So people saw multiple groups of people with holographic bags outside of my tent, elsewhere on the property, And they were excited once they found my booth and saw that that was the holographic bag that everybody was carrying around. So it's almost like social proof without you even having to do any work. Your customer is doing the advertising work for you because they're walking around with your bags. And another way that I branded, again, was with the aesthetic of the booth. Everything was the same pattern, and I'll insert some screenshots here again for you. So the backdrop, the banner, and the front banner both had the same graphic. My price list also had the same graphic as the background. All of my price stickers that I had throughout my booth had the same graphic. My email sign up list had the same graphic. Just having the consistency and the branded aspect, if they see those colors anywhere else, they're going to immediately think of Pretty Peacock Papery. So you want to look at this event as, yes, you're there to sell, but you're also there to build your brand and build consumer recognition of your brand. And finally, the last thing that I did was be happy. And I know that sounds so stupid and silly, and I hate when people tell you to smile because it's literally nails on chalkboard. But a smile can transcend so many situations. For me, I think about it from the consumer perspective. It's very intimidating walking around a market and then feeling the pressure that you have to buy something, right? And maybe you came there with the intention to buy, but you can't buy from every single tent, right? So if I was a consumer, I would want to go into the booth with the person that's making eye contact, that's, saying, hi, how are you? Or welcoming me into the booth. Somebody who is, warm and personable. And I think the majority of people that walked in my booth today purchased something, even if it was one sticker. So I think it's very important for us as vendors wanting to sell our goods. I think it's very important for us to take the perspective of the consumer and see how they would want to feel walking into a booth. Understand that, people like to be greeted, people like to be remembered. I had a few customers come by and they knew me from 2019. And it was just so good seeing them after all of these years. But the fact that I remembered them, okay, so I didn't remember their names, but I do remember their faces. And when I saw them, I was like, oh my gosh, it's been so long since I've seen you guys. How have you two been? And they were so thrilled that I remembered them. They were thrilled that, after 3 years, I remembered them. But this is part of building that brand. And if you want to build a local brand, you have to start with local. If you want to build a national brand, you have to start with your local audience. Your local audience is going to be extremely loyal to you, and they are going to always remember you and think of you when they want something, that particular item. So be personable, be warm, and be happy. When I'm in my booth, instead of thinking about all of the things that could go wrong or it being a slow show or whatever is the case, I think about my children. I know that sounds all sappy and whatnot, but this is a channel for moms trying to make it, okay? When I think about my children, I get so happy. And they are definitely my why. So when I think about them, everything else floats away. All the bad stuff floats away. So you have to think about your why, and you have to think about, why you're standing in that booth. In Florida today, it was like 85 degrees. So I had to think about why I was sweating my butt off. And it's because of my kids. I'm here because I want to provide a better future for them. I want to show them that when you set your mind to something, you can achieve it, you can accomplish things. And I want them to show that they can do whatever they want. They can literally draw and people will give them money for it. I don't want them to just think that they have to be a doctor or a lawyer. If they want to do that, great, you know? But I want them to see what the possibilities are, and that's my job as their mother, to show them the world from a different perspective. So thinking about my kids is my why, and that makes me happy. And I think that customers can genuinely feel when you're happy and you want to be there and you want to serve them and you want to make the sale. So that's what I did today to make the money that I did. I'm very thrilled. I'm excited and happy. I think it was a great show day, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the holiday season. And I think it's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be a good one despite all of the predictions for, you know, the financial market and whatnot, recession and all that talk. I think people are still out there spending, and I know that there are some people that cannot, but there are still people that are out there. So don't be afraid to get out there yourself and make the sale. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe. I stayed up late for you guys, okay? Because it's 12:17 now, okay? I stayed up late for you guys. I'm literally falling asleep. So subscribe. It's free. I would love to see you again. And thank you so much for always watching and supporting. For those of you who are returning, I really appreciate you. Alrighty guys, I will see you next week. Take care. Bye.